So this is going to be the introduction to setting up basically your first Eclipse Java project. You can download the Eclipse Interactive Development Environment from eclipse.org. It is free and you can install it just like normal on your computer. The first time you actually start it up, it is going to ask you where you want to create your workspace. You can leave that as your default or you can move it wherever you want. When you get into it, you should be looking at something similar to this. This is just a blank area. I've already got a few of my previous projects over on the side, and I've actually linked it to my GitHub a couple of times. So the first thing that we do need to do is start up a new project. Now you can actually go up here onto the File menu and find New Java Project, or you can do this drop down here and pick a new Java project. Now, since I'm doing this on a Mac, it may be slightly different than a PC. I do usually use PC, but this is what I have available at this moment. This window here is going to have a bunch of basic setups like your default location, which Java environment we're using. This is usually automatically set to the latest version. I'm going to create my first project here. I'm going to do the standard Hello World project. Most of this will be default. I will check next. Over here it's just got some basic source code project, and I will click on finish. So it will create the folder right here for me. Notice there's a bunch of resources linked here, and this folder here, this is where I'm going to be holding my source code. Now from anywhere in here I can actually go back to the drop down menu and I will create my first class. Classes are how Java manages each of their programs. This first one I'm going to create, I will call the name of this Hello World. I'm naming it the exact same thing as my main source folder or my main project. It does say that we discourage you using the same name, but since this is the main entry point, we are going to give it the same name. Also, as it's the main entry point, we want to use this method stub, public static void main string arguments. This tells the Java program that this will be the main entry point of our program. You do this for any first time programs that we do. Later, we sometimes use helper projects, extra classes, which we make in their own files, and we don't click those on there. So now we can just click finish. Very quickly, it creates a class called Hello World. It creates the main method, and it's got our little to-do comment here. Notice the 2 slashes for comments. Auto-generated method stub. So this is the basics. So the first thing we're going to do, and basically the only thing we're going to do for this one, is type in here system.out. Oops, let's ignore that. Print line hello world and end it. Now this is your basic output line. We do this the first time in almost every programming language that we create to just generate a simple hello world. Notice you have to have the semicolon at the end of the line to tell it this is the end of a command. Easiest thing about this, to run this program, we just click on the little play arrow up here, we run it, and down here in the bottom we just should see in the console hello world. And that's it. If you get this, you know that you've got your first one created, everything's working properly. There it is. Now, for handing this in, we could hand in the whole package, although the way that I've got it set up, you can just highlight your text, copy it, and when you submit a new assignment, you can actually tell that you're doing it by text, paste this text in there so I can see that you've done it. All right, that's everything for this one.